All right. Good afternoon here. It's Angel Rivera, the handsome cynic, back with another video. And before we get to the actual topic of the video, it's time for me to do my shameless plugs. So let's get to that real quick. Make sure you follow me on Twitter, which it's right there, at AngelDeRivera08, and the backup account is at TheBadGuyAR. So make sure you check those out. Make sure you follow me on YouTube, which if you're watching this, I assume you are subscribed already. I also do have an Odyssey channel and a Rumble channel, which I barely use, but I will start uploading those channels soon enough. So make sure you subscribe to those. Those links will be in the description box somewhere down there. So check that out as well. And and I just also wanted to say something else, which is thank you to everybody for watching. Thank you for your patience. I hope you understand the situations that I've been in. If you follow me on Twitter, you know. So, yep, that's all really wanted to say. And now let's get to the topic of the video. So I have this. I was bored this morning. I woke up at around 7 a.m., 8 a.m. I came across a ProPublica website, which basically, and basically that's like a website, a government watchdog type of website, I assume, and they have information on PPP loans, who took them, who didn't, who took them, who applied, how much they got forgiven, etc., etc., etc. So I decided to start typing in some some companies, see who took money, who didn't. So I also started with some online leftists and see whether they take money or not. But because I assume they have businesses too, so they're registered businesses. So I decided to start typing in secular talk and breaking points and all the other stuff. And I haven't seen any evidence of them taking PPP loans. But there is one company who decided to take a PPP, not only apply for it, but they got it, and they also got it forgiven their debt. And you shouldn't be surprised. I don't know if I'm breaking news or not here because I haven't heard anybody else talk about this, and on the left at least. So I figured why not make a video and get my thoughts on it, and maybe break some news here. I don't know because I haven't seen a single other leftist or anything like that talk about this. So in my boredom, I decided to type in the Young Turks, and guess what happened? The Young Turks took a loan, the PPP loan. Hold on a second. There it is. Let me make it bigger. Bear with me 1 second. There it is. Okay, that's good. As you can see, it's the ProPublica tracking PPP loans, tracking PPP, and here's the Young Turks Inc. So as you can see here, they took 1,174,750 dollars, and the amount forgiven. Hold on a second. That's not looking too good. Let me see. It's a little better. The amounts they took over $1 million in PPP loans, and the amount that was forgiven was $1,188,042, which is more of the amount that was given, which I'm assuming that compensates for interest in the loan and stuff. So that's why the amount forgiven is more than the actual original loan amount. The reason why it says L.A., so the Young Turks are based in L.A. This is why I think it's the Young Turks that people, the TYT. It says industry, independent artists, writers, and performers. Interesting. So it doesn't say news. It doesn't say news and politics. It says independent artists. Hold on. Independent artists, writers, and performers. As you can see right there, it's marked off. Date approved April 15th, 2020, which is the first round of PPP loans that were given out. Now that's interesting because around this time, TYT started begging for money online over and over again, like 2 or 3 times a day. They would say, "I would get these emails all the fucking time. They need money, and we're desperate for money. Give us money. Give us $5, $3, $2, 10. Doesn't matter. Give us money because we're desperate. We're desperate for this money because we're about to go out of business." Meanwhile, it turns out April 15th, 2020, they got a loan approved for $1.174 million. $1,174,750. So they really need that extra money from their audience, which is why they're begging for money every 10 seconds was more insidious than what we realized at the time, because they already got $1 million from the PPP loans, which by the way was forgiven. So Cenk Uygur doesn't have to pay this back. The lender was Pacific Western Bank. They reported to have 60 jobs, so which is why they needed PPP loans. And the business type's corporation. Business age, new business 2 years or less. What the hell? The Young Turks are around for 20 years. How the hell is it 2 years or less? That's interesting. Loan status is forgiven. So yeah, if this is the TYT that we know, which I'm pretty sure it is, there's no reason why. If it isn't, I'll retract this video and take it down. But let's say I'm assuming that this is the TYT we know. So they took over $1 million in loans, PPP, took $1 million of taxpayer money, then proceed to beg their audience for money over and over and over again because they're running out of money supposedly, even though they got $1 million, and they got their loans forgiven. So Cenk Uygur essentially took $1 million in taxpayer money, then begged his audience for money because he didn't have because he cried poverty, just like the rest of TYT, which is why it makes that even more insidious than what it is. You know what? Do that. Excuse me, but yeah, there's no need. There was no need for all the begging of the money and oh, we're so broke, guys. They're basically crying poverty this whole time, and meanwhile, they had no issue whatsoever in taking over $1 million from the government and having it forgiven. So they claim all the money is going to go to payroll to pay their 60 employees, as you can see here. Whoops. God damn it. 60 employees here, as you can see. All this money went to paying 60 employees. So, do I believe that? I don't believe anything that TYT does. So, I wouldn't be surprised if Cenk Uygur pocketed this money and barely paid employees anything. So, yeah, I don't know if I broke some news here or not. I don't know if somebody else covered this on the left and I just missed it. It's possible. So if I missed this and and I'm late to the party here, I apologize. Like, oh well, people covered it, whatever. But as far as I know, nobody on the online left sphere has covered this. That TYT is taking all this money. So let me make yep. So that's very interesting, and it makes their 2020 begging even more insidious because they got over $1 million in PPP loans, which they don't have to pay back now, and they still beg for money, pretend to be poor, etc., etc., and of course they took government money. They took my taxpayer money, which I don't appreciate because I didn't get any PPP loans. To be fair, I don't have a business, but still, I didn't get my share of that money. Where's my money? I pay taxes just like anybody else does. And meanwhile, Cenk Uygur gets $1 million of free taxpayer money now, and he doesn't have to pay it back. And he begged his audience for money over and over again, and it's not appreciated. It makes the 2020 begging, like I said, even more insidious to me. So yeah, that'll do it for this one. I'm just surprised. I'm not shocked by this at all. That if this is the TYT that we know, the Young Turks Inc., which I'm assuming it is because it's based out of LA. They're based out of LA. They're independent artists, writers, and performers. It doesn't say news, which is kind of interesting. The date of approval of the loan was April 15th, 2020, which is a month after everything shut down. So, and they're a corporation, and most of it went to payroll, supposedly. So, yeah, this has to be the TYT that we know, or that I know, that we know if you watch, or anything like that. So, Cenk Uygur is a piece of shit. He's a motherfucker for taking his money and turning around and begging his audience for money in 2020, middle of deadly pandemic. Everybody was laid off. Nobody's working. Hell, I wasn't working. Even if I was working, I wouldn't give those motherfuckers money. But yeah, it's just completely outrageous that Cenk Uygur would do this. But not surprising, because he's a money hungry piece of shit. This is the same guy who, at around this time during the pandemic, came out with announced his book. Remember, Justice is Coming, which is still not out yet, by the way. Where's that book? I'm still wondering when 3 years later, or 2020, 2 years later, and that book still hasn't come out. He's still talking about that book. Oh, you can pre-order, on my website. When the book coming out? It says, hold on, bear with me 1 second. I'm sorry because I need to figure out when this. Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. Okay, so let me pull this up. Bear with me 1 second. Mm, yeah, my big ass face again. Hello, how you guys doing? Here we go. Oops. Here we go. Yep. All right, so let's make this a little bigger. All right. Justice is coming. How progressives are going to take over the country and America is going to love it. By Cenk Uygur. The release date, I don't know if you guys can see it. Hold on. Let me just do this and make it a tiny bit bigger. All right. There it is. September 19th, 2023. So Cenk Uygur still won't come out with this book for another year. So you can see right over there under pre-order price. So this is the Kindle edition, which is $15. By the way, don't pre-order that fucking book. You don't need to pre-order it because it's a Kindle edition. You don't need to give your money to Cenk Uygur right now if you want to buy this book. Wait until it actually releases. But he's still hawking his book, even though it's not going to be out for another year. Another year. So it's just outrageous, Cenk Uyghur's a money grubbing motherfucker. He doesn't deserve your money. You shouldn't give him your money. And he's just a piece of shit. If I say more, I'll probably just end up getting my channel banned. So I'm just gonna not say anymore. I'm gonna end the video right here. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, let me do my shameless plugs one more time. Follow me on Twitter. As you can see right down there, those are my Twitters. Like, yeah, here we go, right there. That's my Twitters. Subscribe to me on YouTube, Odyssey, Rumble, Twitch, all that good stuff. All that should be in the description box below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.